Hey guys, Edgar here, Guns for Everyone. Just left the Rocky Mountain Gun Owners Banquet, and there was a lot of conversation, a lot of talk about the new training bill that's coming into effect that was signed into law, and a lot of confusion as to when it goes into effect. The problem is that there's portions of the law that goes into effect 90 days after the last day of session, which was May 8th, which that would make it August 7th. And then some July 1st of next year. There's a lot of confusion. And we've taken the position of a big chunk of the definitions for the requirements. The definitions for the requirements go into effect August 7th. So the definitions of what a concealed handgun training class means, the definitions of what a refresher is, that goes into effect August 7th of this year. Some portions of it don't go into effect until July 1st of next year. The problem is, tell that to the student who is going to take their certificate to a sheriff that doesn't want to see it our way, that the full bill should not go into effect until July 1st, 2025. We've had this happen in Larimer County during COVID, where we were following the law. We were doing exactly what the law said, and unfortunately, some of our students were denied, and we had to sue Larimer County. Ultimately, because we sued Larimer County, they reversed their decision, but not after spending thousands of dollars, and some of our students not getting their permit until this decision was made. So tell that to that one student who just wants their permit right now. They don't want to have to sue and wait a year or 2 years for a judgment on that. Tell that to the mom who has a restraining order on somebody who can't wait, and because some sheriff decides that they're going to take the law into their own, or see it their way, I'm sorry. That's the fucked up thing, right? Is we are in communication with the Sheriff's Association. We're trying to figure this out. I know a lot of sheriffs themselves are kind of confused as to what to do, what not to do. But we've had to send out letters of cease and desist, because there's a lot of sheriffs currently right now that are requiring people to do refresher courses, when that's never been a thing in the state of Colorado since this bill was enacted in 2003. The current one that we're in, not the new one, but the one we've been following for a while. Shooting requirements haven't been a thing, but we've had to send letters of cease and desist to counties because they were requiring students to do a shooting portion of it as part of the class. So it doesn't matter what we believe. Like, we can sit at a banquet and argue, no, it's July 1st, no, it's August 7th. We can sit there and argue. But the student, the person who's applying for that permit, if they get denied because that sheriff sees it as August 7th and not July 1st, 2025, then that person's kind of fucked. And all that time, we could have been prepared for this stuff. We're anticipating it. We're preparing for that stuff. We don't agree with the date. July 1st, 2025 is what we were told. But if you look at the way it was written, the bill says a big portion of it is going to be enacted, or effective date of August 7th. So that puts a lot of us in this state of confusion, in this state of I don't know what the fuck to do. We have experience with, especially in rural counties. In rural counties, they kind of do whatever the fuck they want. Sometimes for the better, but oftentimes for the worse. There's a lot of counties right now, again, that are requiring a refresher course when that's not a law. Like, if you go to the law right now, CRS 1812-202, that's where the definitions are at, and then CRS 1812-203, and then for renewals 1812-211. Go check them out. There's no requirement for another class for renewals. There's a lot of sheriff's offices that require a class for a renewal. So they're already breaking the law. So this is why we've taken this position, is a big chunk of it goes into effect August 7th, and this is going to put a lot of you guys in that position of your sheriff may decide to start everything August 7th. So and here's the thing, August 7th, 2024, July 1st, 2025, we're fucked either way. It's going to have to happen regardless. So we are kind of getting ahead of it. If one of you guys wants to be the student that wants to sue the sheriff that wants to implement everything beforehand, hey, we got the attorney, Brian DeBush. We can collect money. Last time we paid thousands of dollars for that lawsuit to Larimer County, and I'll be honest with you, we didn't really, not too many people helped us. No other organization helped us. We were kind of on our own, and yeah, we want to sue them. We don't want this law to pass at all. We did. We don't want this to go into effect at all. We don't like it. We don't want it there. We want constitutional carry, right? That's what we want. But again, the old lady who needs to protect herself, the old man, the young father, the single mother, the married couple that are simply trying to apply for their permits so that they can stay alive. A lot of them don't give two fucks about what we believe July 1st, August 7th. All they want is to take the class and not get denied. And to a great degree, we do them a disservice if we don't anticipate that a lot of sheriffs are going to go the extreme way and go August 7th. So, yeah, it's confusing. A portion of it is July 1st, 2025. Another chunk of it is August 7th of this year. And that's the definitions of what the classes are and all of that stuff. That's going to be in there already. So you're going to see a lot of sheriff's offices that are going to start everything August 7th. And then who's going to sue them? We'll do it. We'll do it. But it costs a lot of money. And right now, the economy is kind of fucked. And we may not have the money to do it. So that's kind of the position there. It's confusing as fuck for everyone. And excuse me, it's better on our end to serve the people better, to not fuck them over, right? Because we gotta look at it in that way. We dedicate ourselves to train humans, and so that they can save their lives. And if we don't do what we're supposed to do and make sure that they're able to do that, we kind of fuck everything up. COVID kind of took us all by surprise to a certain degree. So we couldn't anticipate the fight that we were going to have with counties. We were following the law, but some counties didn't see it that way. Unfortunately, a Republican sheriff up in Larimer County decided that he knows, or his feelings were more important than what the law actually said, until we sued him. And then he changed his tune, and then everything was kind of back to normal. But we had to sue him. And this is with the other law. This law, the way it's the effective dates are confusing as fuck. So we're just gonna roll with August 7th, anticipating that a lot of sheriffs are gonna go that route as well. They're gonna see it as August 7th because the definitions for the classes will already be there. So that's kind of where we're at. It's confusing. This is a long video, I get it. But I wanted to do a video for the video about the video that does the video and then explains the video, because there's been a lot of chirp, and I get it. It's confusing. Just like after you shoot a bad guy, though, it doesn't fucking matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what we feel is right or wrong. All that matters is what the fucking jury says. You can sit there and say all day long, I'm not guilty, I'm innocent, but if the jury says you're guilty, guess what? You're fucking guilty. Because that's what the jury's seen. Same shit here. It doesn't fucking matter what we all believe at a round table. Ultimately, if one sheriff starts denying on August 7th classes, then we have to fight it, and then that kind of sends a trickle effect. You have no fucking idea how much we had to fight after Larimer County, because Larimer County sent a fucking letter to everyone that would listen about what we were doing, and what we were doing was correct. The old saying is, the lie has traveled around the world before the fucking truth gets to put on its pants. That's true. Like it was a lot of damage control, a lot of people kind of doubting the classes and shit like that, but we were doing the legal thing. All it took was one fucking bullshit sheriff to fuck it all up. A lot of other good sheriffs were doing what they were supposed to and following what they were supposed to, but all it takes is that one to fuck everything up. And that's kind of the argument, that's kind of the position, is we're willing to fight it, and we're with you. We're against that fucking bill. The bill is stupid. But that's the world we live in right now. Is the bill is the law, and it has two different effective dates, and there's no clarification on when does it actually come into play. And even if there is, all it takes is one fucking sheriff to fuck it up. I'm at a point where I'm just saying the same shit over and over again, so I think that's a stopping point. I think you guys get the point, right? So yeah, ask the questions, watch the videos that we have, the law videos, all that stuff. I think that's good shit. But it's confusing. So August 7th is when we plan to move forward with the new classes and the new training. Because again, whether it's August 7th or July 1st of next year, gotta fucking do it anyways. And we're just trying to not fuck you guys up as students. Unless one of you guys is like, I'm ready to fight the fucker, then we'll fight. We'll fight, but all that's going to do is delay until July 1st, 2025. Buys us a little bit of time, but either way, we're fucked. It's a bill that passed, and it's going to go into the books. And unless something fucking miraculous happens, it is what it is. So we can cry about it together, and we can say how much it fucking sucks. But some of us want to defend ourselves and shit like that. A big chunk of us are not gonna comply and accept the consequences, right? And then another chunk of us are in that position of like, well, I can't afford to go to jail or pay fines, or I need the permit because of a job, right? A lot of you guys have jobs that require to have the permit and shit like that. So it's we got to think about serving the student and making sure that they can do what they need to do to defend themselves. That's part of the educating part, and then we can still do the suing if we need to. So, but it costs a lot of money, and I hate to say this. Last time, a few of you guys helped, but mostly it was us doing it, mostly out of pocket. So that's kind of the position. So a lot of instructors out there chirping and talking and shit like that. Cool. I get it. It's confusing, but we've been through the shit. We've the amount of cease and desist letters and emails that we've had to send out, and a lot of sheriffs just don't care about what the law says. Some sheriffs do care about what the law says, and some sheriffs don't care about what the law says in a positive way in our favor, right? So we got to look at the fact that some bad apples in the sheriff's community exist, and that's what we kind of have to prepare for. So I appreciate watching this fucking long. I was hoping to do this in 1 minute, but it's fucking dumb to believe that I can say shit in less than 1 minute. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support.